Screen share. So I have to screen share Chrome. Let me find Chrome.
Okay, 1 second. Are you in the window where you were able to select what specifically you're going to share?
Yeah, so I can pull that
At the
window.
very bottom left, do you see?
Oh yeah. So I do it before I share is when I see those buttons. Okay. Okay, cool. And then do I need to pull that window out of Chrome so that I have a separate?
No, not at all.
I can just switch. Okay, I can just switch tabs. Awesome.
It's all preference at that point. You could do either or.
Okay. I think that's all I needed, Jose. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for contacting Zoom. You have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we're also going to learn about how people around the world. Hi, it's Eben Pagan.
Hmm. Hi, Melody. Hi there.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I got some exciting updates and lots to share. So I'm kind of raring to go tonight, I think. And I definitely want your feedback on a couple of, well, a new idea and some other input. So I'll get started here in about less than a minute. I'll start recording and I might give people a couple of minutes and then I'll start recording on YouTube, but kind of give you an update. Okay, well, it's
Sounds
5 o'clock
exciting.
and we're going to get started now. So it is July 10th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm here to introduce something brand new. And we're going to be sharing more information from Eben Pagan, one of the masterminds of the new economy, and a lot more than that, too. So I wanted to make an announcement because I've been getting a lot of really, really positive feedback, plus a bevy of new opportunities at a discount for our members. And the reason I'm getting these amazing discounts that are just keeping me busier than a horsefly at a rodeo trying to keep up with everything is because of the national radio show. So we have this national radio show. And if you know how to use media as leverage, then you can get a lot of really cool top people not only want to work with you, but to give your members amazing discounts if you'll promote them on your radio show. So it's been keeping me really, really busy and in a very exciting way. So I'm going to be sharing more about that shortly. But first, I got to take in information, get it organized, and then I can share it. But here's the other thing I want to share, and I want to make an announcement and also ask for feedback and input. And I really want to make this a new approach, totally interactive with a real sharp group of forward-thinking, soon-to-be masterminds of the new economy themselves. Here's what it is. The feedback that I'm getting from people in our global business mastermind group, and I've got some really smart people, particularly some really amazing business coaches. And they are really excited about our concept of the fusion of local chamber of commerce networking, traditional chamber of commerce networking, like that's why the headline on the right says, why supporting your local chambers of commerce has become more important than ever. Plus the fusion with digital, what I'll call direct response interview networking on LinkedIn. So I kind of think LinkedIn is the A team of, working with the chambers of commerce, kind of the best of both worlds and how those two can be combined. So what I want to do, I'm going to start a new free mastermind group for people who are working with me. And I want to make it at a different time, and I want to really get them involved, because I really believe there's no problem we can't solve with the tools, the connections, the know-how that we've got in terms of really helping people to get so much more out of local chambers of commerce, and teaching members how to leverage their local chamber by helping their local chamber of commerce. The more they can help their local chamber of commerce become more important to their community, the more their chamber can help them personally. For example, I cannot believe the number of millennials, which is a huge market, that have not a clue about chambers of commerce or that they even exist. So that's an opportunity. Any problem is an opportunity, okay? Because there's so many great things that chambers of commerce do. So what I want to do, I want to kind of put the message out there, kind of the message in the bottle. Let people give me feedback about what time of day or week they would like it to be, because I got to be honest. The other thing I want to talk to everybody about, and anytime if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Okay, that's business ethics. I don't make an agreement to do something unless I intend to do it. So when I committed to doing this particular meetup at 5 p.m., that's a commitment. So I will keep doing these at 5 p.m. for anybody that wants me to. However, I also want to share that I'm open to doing it at a different time, because I have had some people tell me I can't make it at that time. So I want to be more flexible and really, change it to any time. Like Sunil in our Global Business Mastermind group, he still does the 4 p.m. on Wednesday, but he also added a 9 a.m. on Wednesday. So I want everybody to know I'm open to changing the time based on anybody's feedback or input or convenience to doing it at a different time. But I also want to let them know that that's true too for the other mastermind group about this new Chamber of Commerce strategy, and how I'm going to be teaching people and even making myself available, like for you, Melody, as an example. I can set up a webinar interview session for you with your, say, local chamber of commerce. If you want your, executive director of your local chamber, whoever the spokesperson is for your local chamber, could be the president, whoever. They're all different because they're not like Meetup. They're not all the same. They're quite different. And so, but what I want to do is I'm starting with my own local chamber of commerce, who's been just tremendously supportive. And I'm going to be interviewing Jay Lifson about why supporting your local chamber of commerce has become more important than ever. By doing that, he sees that I'm on the side of growing the chamber of commerce. And I want to be able to do that, for you, Melody, for other members and future members of the New Economy Chamber Strategy Mastermind, so that we can really get the best of both worlds of local networking face to face. Because anybody's in a profession is in the people business. But like my son said, and he's a professional social media expert, he said, Dad, I never open an email anymore unless I know it's from, I've got to know the person. I just don't open them. Well, that's the beauty of the fusion of working with your local chamber, where you can then say, hey, it's nice to meet you. I've got a special video report I want to send you. I'm going to email it to you. It's from me. And I'm going to be back here at the next chamber mixer, so I'll see you then. But I really want to show you this special report I've got on the 7 things you really got to know about real estate, or about, improving your real estate business, or whatever it is that you want your special report to be about. So then we're going to be able to do these, what I call direct response interviews, because they are kind of calls to action. And every month I'm going to be doing a new interview. But I also can empower anybody, instead of me necessarily interviewing them during our recording session. I realized that with a little countdown and me handling the recording side of it for them, I can empower them to interview their local chamber of commerce. So I could go, coming in 3, 2, 1, and instead of me start talking, it could be you interviewing your chamber member or your chamber president, so that all of a sudden you're able to become an interviewer yourself. And that's an option. That's one of many options. Or I can interview your chamber president if you prefer. But the thing is, I want to be able to have this mastermind group of really forward-thinking visionaries who want to take the best of the masterminds of the new economy. And I'm going to share some more about Eben Pagan here tonight and in a minute, just to kind of verify to everybody that we're really on the right track with all of this. But then I want to have people tell me what challenges they're running into at meeting people at their local chamber, or networking, or resistance, or anything. Because with this mastermind and these digital tools and the support and the brain power that we've got, and really helping people understand, like this new little book cover here, that ignoring the new economy is for dummies, and that the new economy's changed everything. Well, when it's changed everything, and if we're leaders, thought leaders in the new economy, guess what? That means we've got the big advantage. I don't care how long anybody else has been in any other business. If we're on top of the new economy and it's changed everything, who's got the biggest advantage? We do. And the other thing I want really to coach people about is this. This was really a clarity for me recently about the power of doing these direct response interviews. If I do a direct response interview on something that you know about and that you are an expert on, I can do it while we are showing anything. It doesn't have to be a book cover. It could be a website. It could be your graphical brochure. It could be doing a virtual tour of a web page, or a course page, or a table of contents of your book or your course. So think about that. Whatever it is that we collectively want our prospects to look at and see, the more valuable information we give them in the audio interview, the more likely they are to get focused on the visual we want them to see and stay focused on it longer, and give them the exact tour of it. That's why they're direct response. They're almost like little infomercials that are described as interviews. But really, that's exactly what direct response is. That's exactly how it works. So we could actually do a little tour of a website, show them several pages. This is where you opt in. This is where you click to talk to me or you, about your site, about whatever it is you want to offer. So what I'm really offering people, and again, this is 100% for free. Anybody who's working with me, I'm going to do this additional mastermind, and we'll record it. I don't want to take up any more time from anybody. I know we're all busy, but it's self-paced learning. to help them really, wring every drop of blood out of their Chamber of Commerce membership. So I think this is really going to be great. Do you have any quick comments on what I've said? I'm going to share more about it and ask for your feedback, over the upcoming days and weeks. But any initial reaction?
Yeah, Mike, this is Melody. It sounds exciting.
Good. Well, I want to count you in. You've got the kind of brain I want in this mastermind group, so I'm going to share more information. We're going to make this work, okay? And wait till you meet some of the other people that are really excited about being in the group, too. You're going to really love this whole thing. I think it's going to be great. So anyway, I wanted to share that. Now I'm going to stop this screen share, and I'm going to start another one. So let me stop this screen share, and I'll share a little tip that I learned from Zoom, something kind of neat. And that is that if I want to play videos like I'm going to share tonight, if you're doing a webinar, folks, and you click share screen, at that point, you see two other buttons at the bottom where it says share screen. And before you select that share screen, what you're going to share, you can click on these two little optional buttons. One is share computer sound. So if I'm going to play a video like I'm going to do tonight, then you'll hear the audio, even if I put it on mute, which I had a problem with, as you know, last week or a couple weeks ago, I guess. But anyway, I got that solved. And the other thing is optimize for full screen video clip. So this is also improves the quality of the video script or the video quality that I'm going to be sharing. So let me now, I wanted to kind of give you guys all that little tip, and let me see if I get the right screen shares. This Google Chrome, is that it? Wait, where's my, oh, here it is, there it is. There it is. Okay, now we come over here, then I have Eben Pagan. So you're seeing this screen, Eben Pagan, Rise of Coaching?
Yes, I am seeing it.
Okay. I think I can put it on mute this time, but just give me a shout out and I'll take it off mute if for any reason you can't hear this audio, okay?
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay, thanks. Here it comes.
Hi, it's Eben Pagan. In this video mini-series, we're going to learn about the rise of a new...
Okay, I went full screen, and I'm going to not do that. I think it's taking up too much RAM. So let me...
On the plus side, the audio came through great.
Oh, good. Okay, great.
Business industry, coaching. And we're also going to learn about how people around the world are using their natural desire to contribute to and support others as the foundation for launching and building a successful business online and building a lifestyle that really works for them. Welcome to the Virtual Coach. Let's dive in. You probably know a coach or someone who's gotten coaching. You likely even use coaches, or you might even be a coach yourself. But what is it that a coach actually does? And why are coaches becoming so successful now? Well, it turns out that coaches do something very valuable and very important, and something that's getting more valuable and more important by the day. And coaching, it's not just for sports anymore. Although the fact that most people think of sports when they think of coaching, it shows the roots of coaching, right? The roots of coaching are in performance, success, and achievement. And today, more and more, coaches help people take the next step in their lives, successfully navigate through transitions, and move up to the next level in their health, relationships, work, and financial lives. It's a lot faster and easier to get where you want to go next in your life if you have someone who cares and someone who's a professional helping you do it. It's that simple. Think about it. Let's say you want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, you have two choices. You can do it yourself, or you can work with a supportive professional who will collaborate with you on the best way to do it for your lifestyle, then invest high quality time and attention making sure that you're prepared mentally, emotionally, physically to do it, and then gently hold you accountable to make sure that you stick to your food and exercise plan each week until you hit your ideal target weight. Okay, is there even a question about which is better? Or let's say you're at a point in your life where you're ready to find a romantic partner. You can do it on your own, or again, you could work with a supportive professional partner who will help you prepare on all levels, who will help you put yourself out there emotionally, and someone who will believe in you as you seek to find the most important relationship of your life. Which one is going to be better? And which one is probably going to work better? Or maybe it's time for you to go to the next level in your work or your career, or maybe you want to launch a new business, right? You could figure it out all by yourself, or again, you could invest in working with a coach who can guide you through deciding what you really want for yourself and for your life, setting a vision, setting goals, who you can really feel a supportive partnership with, helping you take action, helping you take the steps that you need to take, and take the risks that you need to take, okay? Again, no question, working with the coach is going to be better. And the reason why coaching is so powerful and becoming so popular right now is that we're all in the middle of more and more transitions in our lives, okay? Personal transitions with our health, with our relationships, with our families, with our work, with our businesses, with our hobbies, with our philanthropic work, with our spiritual lives, more transitions. I actually define coaching as supporting someone through a transition in their lives, okay? And this is the essence of what coaches do. Take a look at a quote from this article. Today, the average person changes jobs 10 to 15 times. Many workers spend 5 years or less in every job, so they devote more time and energy transitioning from one job to another. We live more complex lives now, and we need more support through each of the key transitions in each of the important areas. That's why coaching is so important. It's so in demand, and it's such a key long-term growth trend. It's valuable to have support through a key transition in your life, and we're willing to pay for it. So, what does a transition feel like? We've all been there. Let me tell you a story about when I had to start over in my own life. I grew up in the backwoods of Oregon to hippie parents. I dropped out of high school. I went to a local community college for a couple of years. I dropped out of my local college to go on tour with a rock band. Okay, I had different types of manual labor jobs. I never made more than $10 an hour until I was in my mid-20s. Then, again, when I was in my mid-20s, I finally got a great job. And I started making money that was good enough. I could move out of Oregon. I moved to California. I got a little apartment. I got a nice car. And as luck would have it, this dream job that I had lasted only a few months more. Okay, a new owner of the company didn't like me, so I wound up having to leave, and I had to start over. And I was in a new city. I was in a completely new place. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have any friends. To make ends meet, I started a business doing consulting and coaching. Now, I actually thought that I was starting a consulting business, okay, because I was doing marketing consulting. But it wound up that that business was doing about half coaching. I had originally thought that business owners only wanted business results, but it turned out that they wanted to take new steps in their lives even more. Okay, and they needed support doing it. Now, what was great is when I started this business, I charged $200 to $300 per hour right out of the gate. And by working with people who needed the exact type of support that I offered and the kind of help that I offered, I was able to get back on my feet quickly. And I learned something else that's very important. There are always people who are willing to invest a lot to get to the next level in their lives and in their businesses. Now, since then, coaching has become an integral part of everything that I do in my business and in my life. Okay, 20 years later, whether it's teaching, whether it's working with my team, whether it's investing in startup companies, whether it's collaborating with my wife, the common denominator here, really the common denominator skill is coaching. People want to grow. They want to get to the next level. And in order to accelerate their progress, they seek out the special kind of support called coaching. My wife, she had a fancy corporate gig making great money. She traveled around and lived in different parts of the world. But about 10 years ago, she decided that what she really wanted to do was to be a love coach. So she quit her fancy corporate work. She moved to a completely new city and she started over. This was before I met her. And she learned how to do what she loved. And when you fast forward to today, okay, she loves her work. She can choose her schedule. She can choose her clients. She's got, as much work as she can handle. When we had our daughter a few years ago, she was able to take off as much time as she wanted. And after committing to being a coach, she has now built a business where she earns more per hour than she did in her old fancy corporate job. But another reason for the growth of coaching, it's even more pragmatic than some of the lifestyle stuff, okay? It's just a fact. Winners have coaches. Leaders have coaches. High performers have coaches. successful people have coaches. If you just look at people who have achieved high levels of success in life, who are just super productive, you find this common pattern. They have great coaches. I read a story a few years ago about how Tiger Woods, there was a period in his career where he needed to go to the next level and he needed to change his golf swing. Now this is a really hard thing to do, if you're a golfer, to change the way that you swing. So what did he do? He hired a coach. He hired a great coach and he changed his swing. He came back stronger and he dominated the field of golf. Here's a quote. "I absolutely believe that people, unless coached, never reach their maximum capabilities." This is from the CEO of Home Depot and then the CEO of Chrysler. And already an estimated 1/3 of Fortune 500 companies use coaches for their executives and their teams. And here's another snippet from a past article in the Harvard Business Review on the value of coaching. It estimates that these companies who are hiring coaches for their teams are paying an average of $500 for these more specialized business and executive coaches. $500 per session. Now keep in mind, this is for business coaching, but still it gives you an idea that this is real. Coaching has become so popular that even Harvard has launched a school of coaching, and other well-known colleges are starting to teach coaching at the college level. Now this is new, and it speaks to the importance and long-term value, and the long-term trend of coaching. And again, coaching, it used to be a sports term. It was about helping your team succeed, helping your players become high-performance machines, and inspiring the most from every individual. But the term was such a great metaphor that now it's used for helping anyone to get to the next level in their lives. Personal coach, life coach, business coach, success coach, health coach, relationship coach, money coach. These are all people who help others through key transitions and who help others to success and help them reach their potential in life. Wikipedia says that coaching is a form of development in which a person called a coach supports a learner or a client in achieving a specific personal or professional goal by providing training and guidance. Your coach watches over you. They see you and they believe in you. Your coach keeps you accountable to show up and take action. Your coach inspires you to take the leap. You can see that the mainstream is starting to accept and embrace coaches because more and more we need them. So coaching is growing. And now we have all these coaches in all these different areas of life. But another question is coaching a good business? Is it a good business model? Are coaches really successful? Well, take a look at this. Here's an article that talks about how coaching is now a $2 billion per year industry. Here's another one. The business coaching industry is booming. Here's an article from USA Today. It's citing an International Coach Federation study discussing a big survey they did about coaches a couple of years ago and what they charge for their coaching. It says that on average, coaches are charging $214 per session and making $47,900 per year. The industry brings in an annual revenue of $2 billion. Now, consider this in comparison to the average income in, let's say, the United States where I live, which is pretty close to that $47,900 per year. Only most of the people earning this type of income have to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week to earn it, and usually doing something that they don't like. And if you do the math, you'll realize that these coaches who charge $214 per session, they're working less than an hour per day doing coaching to earn their $47,900. Now, why is this? It's because there's something more important to them, their lives. And there's also an important social reason why coaching is growing. We have fewer and fewer close friends. Even the friends that most people have are not good at support. They're not good at collaboration. They're not good at partnership. Being emotionally supportive did not used to be a business advantage, and now it is. A coach is your professional friend, and this is super valuable right now. And most importantly, I believe that this is just the beginning, and that coaching is about to really explode. Think about this, personal development, it's now mainstream. It is the new normal. Personal development, it used to be weird. It used to be something that people didn't do. Now everyone does personal development. Lifetime learning, education, it used to be something you did when you were young and back in school. Now it's something you do continually for your entire life. We all expect to keep learning for our entire lives. Continuing education, it is not optional in a changing world. And this is one of the trends that's driving the growth of coaching. Accelerating change means more transitions in all dimensions of life. Coaching, again, is supporting people through transitions, through work, relationships, health, their spiritual life, through hobbies. Again, we're always in transition in some part of our lives, which by definition means we need some support. And coaching is now accepted as the accelerator of personal and business growth. Okay, again, professionals, high achievers, high performers have coaches. Coaching is now going mainstream. And even the coaches have coaches these days. Here, look at this. Martha Beck, okay, she's the coach to the coaches. We all need coaching more because we're going through more transitions. We appreciate the value and we're willing to pay for it. In another Harvard Business Review article, Ram Charan says, there's no question that future leaders will need constant coaching. And I agree. Leadership is a more and more important skill, and becoming a coach is a key step on the path to becoming a great leader. The fulfillment and pride of seeing people grow, making strides, seeing them take their lives to the next level with your help, okay, this is big. And because coaching also teaches you leadership as kind of a free bonus, it's going to become a lot more popular in the future. Now, I'm talking about coaching exploding here, and I've seen this pattern before. You might remember the days when, taking audio or video courses was the new thing, and people were just starting to do it, listening to audiobooks. Now look at online courses and information products and how popular they are. Well, the same thing is about to happen to coaching. I think that this is going to multiply in the next several years. One other thing that, I noticed here at my last high-end course, my last high-end live program where it was $5,000 a ticket to come to the course, $5,000 to $10,000 a ticket. At one point in the course, I asked who in here is a coach, who could describe himself as a coach, and about half the people in the room raised their hands. I was blown away because in the past it was a little fraction, right? It's growing so fast that even people coming to high-end courses on entrepreneurship more and more are coaches. The point is that coaching is going to explode into the future as we need more support for more transitions across all key areas of our lives. And this is what's driving the need for more coaches who are passionate about helping people get to the next level in their lives, their relationships, their businesses, their hobbies, and even their spiritual lives. And by the way, what do my wife and I do when we need to go to the next level in our lives? Can you guess? We hire coaches. When I started my first online business, I couldn't get myself to build a new schedule and then keep it up. So what did I do? I hired a coach to keep me accountable. After a few months of working with him, I was on track. I was getting a lot more done, right? I was into that rhythm. When I ran into conflicts with my wife and I needed to solve them at a deeper level, we hired a coach. We've actually hired 3 of them over the years, okay? Game changers, helped us see things that we never would have seen otherwise. I've hired personal coaches, business coaches, relationship coaches through my life. My wife has hired even more coaches, and we've used coaches together, as I've mentioned. Most of us know people who have gotten coaching, or we know coaches, or you might even be a coach. And we've all seen the results, okay? It works. And it's as normal as having a personal trainer or a tutor now. And it's just going to become more important as we move into the future. And there's one more pragmatic reason for becoming a coach, and that is that most people hate the work that they do. Only approximately 13% of people like going to work. Okay, take a look at this article. 87% of us wake up in the morning and we drag ourselves to work and we do work that we don't like. Okay, and people are waking up around the world and we're saying, life is too short to drag myself out of bed and do something that I don't like to do with half of my life. And this is leading to a redefinition of what it means to work, to do business, to make a living. Part of the change that's happening across the world right now is the dawning realization that it's more important to feel good about what we do and to feel fulfilled than it is to just make money. Okay, your work used to mean the work that you did at your job, okay, the work you did to make money. Now your work is starting to mean the work you're doing in the world to make an impact. And with so many people now in transition in some part of their lives, coaching is becoming a powerful way to align these two things, the business side of work and the contribution side as well. Okay, your work in the world is starting to mean something very different. And by the way, let's take a look at what some of our coaches have to say about this.
I've been a coach for 15 years, but I remember so clearly what it was like before I made that leap. I worked in corporate America at jobs that I tried to make meaningful. I was successful and I got promotion after promotion and I made great money, but it felt pretty empty. Who cared really about what I was doing? So to me, just making money for a corporation or even for myself was not fulfilling enough. And I felt like my soul was being sucked right out of me many days. So becoming a coach made a radical difference in my life. My own mission became crystal clear, and that is to help people live lives of purpose and adventure and freedom, whether it's in an organization or out on their own.
Coaching is probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done. I spent years doing done-for-you services, actually going in and helping business owners by providing services for them. And what's really interesting is when you step back as a coach and you're not actually the one doing the work, things become so much more rewarding because you're teaching somebody how to fish rather than giving them a fish. So you can work with somebody, whether it's on a personal issue or something in their business, and walk them through a specific strategy and give them that strategy or help them have a specific breakthrough. And then you get to see not just the result of that in the short term, but you get to see the long-term trajectory of that person having that breakthrough or having that strategy and then running with it. And so it's enormously rewarding to see, what happens in a week, in a month, in a year, in 2 years with that person or with that business that you helped with some specific issue. So it's just been incredibly rewarding. I every time I'm jumping on a one-on-one call with a client, I love it. I really enjoy it. I love hearing people have the breakthroughs and have those realizations.
There's this incredible sense of fulfillment that I get, and it's really about putting everything I've learned about myself and business together, making it available to other people, and it's really the greatest expression of service that I've ever done.
As I mentioned, I've been a coach now for 20 years, and I consider coaching a core skill for professionals. Whether you have a job, whether you work as a manager, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're an investor, coaching is like this Swiss Army knife skill that you use in every situation in business, in your relationships, and in all the success that you're creating. And coaches who are watching, you know what I'm talking about, right? Coaching is fulfilling, it's fun, it's challenging, and it's profitable. It sets you up for success in your life. It pushes you to become your best self. It teaches you leadership skills. And if you want to create a course or write a book or become a teacher, it's paid research for this stuff. Okay, doing coaching is paid research. When people ask me, Eben, I'd like to create a digital product or a course, what should I do? My first recommendation has been for many years, start by coaching people, because you learn firsthand what works, you develop your ideas, and then later you can create a course or a book with them. And it doesn't cost a lot to start a coaching business. You don't have to invest $50,000 to $100,000 on a franchise or getting a college degree. You don't have to invest in an office building or pay a bunch of money for technology. You just need your training and then to get out and get clients, okay? And that is an important reason why coaching is a great business to go into. So let's get you started on the path today by identifying your unique coaching genius and also by looking at 10 successful coaching niches. So go ahead and download the PDF that's on this page, okay, the supplement with this video, and print it out if you want to write on it, if you want to take some notes, or you can just look at the PDF version and look at it on your screen. We're going to do a little exercise here to identify what I call your unique coaching genius. Now, I believe that each of us is born with a unique personality. Okay, each of us gets a unique personality. If you're a parent and you've had several kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, each of us has different brains. I've seen some research that shows that we have different sizes of different brain centers. Okay, so some of us have like a bigger visual cortex, or some of us have a different, auditory cortex size, or some of us have a different language processing center size. And when you put all these together, we see the world differently. Maybe you've seen Howard Gardner's work on multiple intelligences. that we each have different types of intelligence. Some people have more physical types of genius. Some people are more emotional or relationship genius. Some people are more conceptual genius. Some are more business genius. I tend to like Paul MacLean's idea of the triune brain, that we've got these three kind of parts of our brain, the old reptilian brain, and then the mammalian emotional brain, and then we've got this kind of thinking part of our brain. And I use that as a model often here. And what I'm going to share with you is kind of built on that. There are kind of three main types of genius we're going to talk about here, and then a little fourth bonus one. All right, so physical genius. If you're a physical genius, you're probably comfortable in your body. Okay, you're probably good at working with your hands and doing things. Maybe you're good at building things. You're probably good at like health and fitness and maybe exercise. You're probably good at organizing things, physically in the physical world, like objects. You're probably good at being in your body. Physical types are often good with sports and good with hobbies. Now, the next kind of genius we're talking about here is relationship genius. If you're a relationship genius, you probably understand the emotional aspects of life. You understand how people relate to each other. You understand the importance of connection. You like helping people work through the key phases of starting a relationship, having a relationship, and then how to heal from the breakup of relationships. And you just intuitively get this stuff. If you're a business genius, okay, you're someone that understands starting and building businesses. This stuff kind of comes natural to you. Okay, you're good at identifying niches and making products and doing marketing and hiring teams and growing your business. Okay, some people just intuitively get the business stuff. And there's another type of genius too that we could call spiritual genius. And this is when you have a sense of something beyond what we see or feel or experience. Maybe it's an energy or a force or a spirit, if you will. Einstein talked about the spiritual evolution of humanity. And if you enjoy supporting people on their spiritual paths, then becoming a spiritual coach might just be a calling for you. Okay, so look at this page and ask yourself, which of these categories makes the most sense to you personally? Okay, of these four areas or domains we've talked about, which is the domain where you would enjoy supporting others in their transformations and their evolutions? Quick note for coaches, okay, if you're already a coach, you might consider focusing on one of these niches to have a more targeted message or audience and to develop a set of coaching packages. Because if you focus, you'll probably have more success overall. Okay, so now that we've looked at your unique personality type and kind of started to get a glimpse of what your unique genius might be and where you might like to support and help others, now let's take a look at this next exercise and let's go into 10 profitable coaching niches that also fit into this model. So here's the deal. There are people looking for help in the domain that you're a genius in right now online. They are at their computers searching for solutions. They are looking for help all around the world right now. And it's a lot of people. Okay, it's way more than you could ever help. These big categories of personal development that we all know about, right? Physical and health, emotional and relationships, and then kind of mental and business or money, and then also the spiritual domain that we talked about, okay? These are the categories that they fit in. And as we've asked, are you more of a physical genius or relationship genius or maybe a business and money genius? Knowing which area, it can kind of point us in the right direction of the right niche, okay? All of these can be successful coaches, but we want to talk about which type of coaching would be a good fit for your unique type of genius. Okay, so take a look again at this second page of your downloads. And what you'll see is 10 profitable coaching niches broken into these main categories of physical, relationship, and then business, with a bonus category of spiritual, because in a way, spiritual can be an integration of the others. All right, so let's talk about them a bit. So in the physical domain, we have 3 niches. We have the health niche, we have the hobby niche, and we have the productivity niche. If you have physical genius, again, if you somehow understand this physical world of organizing things, of doing things with your hands, of putting things in order, okay, of how this stuff out here works, right? One of these niches might really work for you. Health and fitness coaches do very, very well. Productivity coaches do very, very well. Now people are starting to become so passionate about their hobbies that they're willing to invest and hire people to help them get better at their hobbies. And if you're a physical genius, one of these 3 niches might really work for you. Okay, let's look at the domain of relationships and talk about 3 niches. There's the dating niche, there's the relationship niche, and then there's the breakup niche. If you're an intuitive, if you really understand relationships, are you better and are you more passionate about helping people find a relationship in the dating phase? Are you better and more passionate about helping people who are already in relationships to have a better, deeper, more intimate relationship, help them work out conflicts, help them collaborate? Or are you good at helping people who've gone through a breakup or a divorce? Okay, can you coach people through that process of kind of going out back on their own, becoming themselves, and then reintegrating and finding another relationship? Okay, and now in the business and money domain, okay, we've got 3 niches. We've got career coaching, we've got business coaching, and then we've got financial coaching and money coaching. If you're great at business and money, are you better at helping people in their careers to create a resume, to get a better job, to get a raise, to go to the next level? Are you better at helping people in business to launch a business? Okay, to build their business, to do their marketing, to work on their product, to hire people? Are you better at coaching people financially? Okay, maybe you just understand money. Maybe just money makes sense to you and you're good at helping people get out of debt, okay, or helping coach people to start building for their financial futures. And then finally, we've got this spiritual category again, okay? And this can be really any type of spirituality. If you're gifted at spiritual development, okay, I'm meeting more and more and actually training more and more spiritual coaches all the time. I mentioned my last really high-end course that I did that had a lot of coaches in it. I was really surprised to see several very successful spiritual coaches in that course. So if you're passionate about helping people develop spiritually, you might consider becoming a spiritual coach. And then finally, you'll see a nice summary with the bullet points from this video in your downloads. Make sure and review that so that you can keep loading that up in your mind so that you're ready when we get to our next video. Okay, so we've taken the first step. Okay, we're seeing how you have a unique type of genius and how it actually connects up to a need that people are searching for and a niche, okay, where a lot of people are searching. And we've made the connection to how you could help a lot of these people and you can get the fulfillment that comes from coaching them. And then you could use this as a foundation to build a lifestyle that you really love. And in our next video in this mini-series, we'll learn about the coaching lifestyle and what it feels like to build a life around being a coach so you can fit your work into your life rather than fitting your life into your work. And then in our third video, I'll walk you through some of the best tools that I have for coaching others, for getting clients, and for helping people become more productive. So make sure you watch these next 2 videos and get the downloads that come with them. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in our next video.
All right. I'm going to go back. I'm going to stop this share, go back to the previous graphic, and then we can talk a little bit more about this. This one. So, Melody?
Yes.
Okay. What I'd like you to do, now, you are already a member of the local chamber, are you not?
I'm not. I do need to become a member.
But you want to be. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would be more than happy to, help you to leverage that membership with an interview with your, CEO or whoever the head of it is. And you can even talk to them about, because we really want them to see you as an asset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so interview them as a way of integrating kind of more fully into the organization.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we want you to become we want the president to think of you as a real thought leader, in the new economy. Because honestly, if you really, really think about it, there are absolutely no alternatives. There's just not. To not joining the new economy. And with us knowing that, I feel like that really empowers us to throw away any fear of rejection or concern and really take on that role of, valiant leader and really showing people, how we can help them and what it is and make the transition and, really being a thought leader in the new economy. Because if we make this a win for your local chamber, talking and even interviewing your local chamber of commerce CEO about how important it is to belong to the chamber, and he starts to put that out, to his email list, and you're interviewing him, talking about the new economy and everything, then immediately, you're putting the word out, and you're really kind of stocking your own, like shooting fish in a barrel. You're really bringing in the kind of people that, you want to belong to your local chamber. And what a great way to reach out to realtors and tell them who more than realtors is belonging to a local chamber of commerce more important to. The guys who want to keep the community active and healthy and charming and good roads and cops and schools, right? So it just seems to me, for you in particular, to be a perfect fit.
Yeah, it does sound that way. Yeah, a lot of builders tend to be part of the Chamber of Commerce because they want to keep up with zoning and what's going on in the area, and that's definitely related to real estate as well.
Great. So, be thinking about that. If there's a time of day or week that would be more convenient for you, and also anything that you would like to see covered, because I would like this to be an opportunity for you to help me shape this mastermind in the way that you would like it to be. Because then any challenge, if you're not getting as much out of your local chamber as you like, or people who are established seem to be, having more clout in the chamber, any of those things, those are the things we want to talk about, and we want to mastermind with you to help you to solve them, collectively, because, people are people and they belong to chambers. And if they don't belong to a chamber, they should belong to a chamber. And I totally believe that. And really educating younger realtors about the importance of a chamber of commerce. Many of them don't even know what they are or that they even exist, and yet they're this huge asset for them.
Yeah, I agree. I'll have to think about that. I have some ideas, but I'll think some more, maybe send you an email.
Okay, good. Yeah, and put down kind of a couple of ideal times of when you would like to see this happen. And then, then even if you can't come, I still will cover those topics and record it so you can really get the most out of it.
Okay, that sounds great.
Cool. I did chat a couple of links or ideas in there about what Eben was saying, but I also thought that his message is so strong about empowering you to think of yourself as a leader and a coach and a mentor, and how important that is. And there's some really cool stuff in there too. Like, I didn't know that Harvard, had started a school of coaching, and now, these are the kind of things that you want to write down and bring up, because these are the things that these top coaches know work, and that, these guys have so much experience. They know what already works. This stuff is proven. This is what people want to know before they hire them. This is what people want to know before they buy from you or hire you. So what they say and how they're saying it, what questions they're answering, that's really, really important stuff for you to kind of use as a model for your own presentation. Why reinvent the wheel when they've already got the model? You can just follow along.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know that about the Harvard Business School either. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I kind of made a note in the chat box there for you. So do you have any questions for me, or any thoughts?
No questions. Nope, I'll send you an email with the ideas for and some times. But yeah, this was pretty laid out pretty well, explaining the different types of coaching. And it's interesting that he's got it broken down into 10 different categories. So that'll be good to look at as well. I'll check that on his site.
And how is this time of day or week for you at 5:00 on Tuesdays?
It works for me, obviously. I mean, I'm here today. I also have Toastmasters at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, but that doesn't conflict with it. So this time is just fine, but I'm also open other days of the week as well.
Okay, good. Well, if you have any other times that you would like, send those to me as well, and we're going to be able to build this thing, because I tell you, the people that I can bring into this group, they're pretty amazing. I just got to find the right time for them, because I found that this is not kind of the ideal time for some people. So they want to be here, and they listen to the replays and everything, but they just can't be. So I want to make sure we get the feedback and, giving them really everybody what they need and want.
Yeah, that sounds good. It might be a good idea to check with them. I'm probably more flexible on my schedule than most people are.
Okay, will do. Okay, I'll be sending you out some more information, and I'll keep you up to speed on things, and we'll make this happen.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, it'll be fun. Thanks, Melody.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.